Hi, I'm Janvi and you are watching me on our YouTube channel Paths Pop-Up Studio. In this channel, we upload videos about our daily life in Finland and some informative videos about study and work in Finland. If you are interested in any of these stuffs, please consider subscribing to our channel and also hit the bell icon so that you will never miss an update. In today's video, I'll be talking about permanent residence permit in Finland. If you are thinking about permanently settling in Finland or are thinking that this might be something that you would want to get in future, then this video is right for you. Please watch the video until the end without skipping, because I'll be discussing questions like who can get a PR, what are the eligibility criteria, what is the process, and how can students get PR in Finland. So stay tuned. Before I move on to permanent residence permit, let's talk about what other types of residence permit are. The first one is temporary permit, that is B permit, which is usually granted to students. The other one is continuous permit, that is A permit, and A permit is based on work. And the other one is permanent residence permit, P permit. B permit has a validity of 1 or 2 years. A permit has a validity of 1 or 4 years, and permanent residence permit comes without expiry date, that is indefinite. For spouse and children, that is the residence permit based on family ties, the residence permit is the same as the main applicant. For example, a student's wife or children get B permit, and the person who is employed and has A permit, his family and spouse gets A permit. And one more thing, Finnish permanent residence is different from Finnish citizenship. I'll discuss about citizenship in a different video. In order to be eligible for a PR, one should have lived in Finland on a continuous permit or an A permit. So who gets an A permit then? There are two ways to get an A permit. The first type is based on employment. If you are an employed person and your job pays you a salary of at least 1252 euros, then you are eligible for A permit. The second type is if you have come to Finland for studies and then once you graduate or once you complete your degree, then if you have a job that pays you again 1252 euros at least per month, then you are eligible to apply for A permit. Your first A permit is granted for 1 year, then you will have to apply for an extended one, and that will be valid for 4 years. Now let's look at the criteria for the permanent residence permit in detail. Once you have lived in Finland for 4 years continuously on a continuous permit, that is A permit, then you can apply for a permanent residence permit. The other criteria is you still need to have the ground for A permit. That means you still need to have a job that pays you a salary of minimum 1252 euros. The third criteria is you should not have committed any crime in Finland. So there are these three basic criteria. One, you should have lived in Finland for 4 years on a continuous residence permit, that is A permit. Number 2, you should have a secured job that pays you at least 1252 euros per month. And third, you should not have committed any crime in Finland. Now there are a few things that you need to consider while applying for a permanent residence permit. That is, you should apply for a PR before your previous permit expires. Otherwise, you will lose your right to work. The application process is similar to other residence permit applications. You can either submit an online application via Enter Finland, or you can submit a paper form at the service point of immigration. Even if you submit an online application, you still have to visit a service point for identification. Remember that you can apply for a permanent residence permit in Finland only. If you apply for a permanent residence permit from abroad, then you will be granted your first residence permit, that is A permit. You won't get a permanent residence permit if you apply to it from abroad. Now let's talk about how students can get a permanent residence permit in Finland. If you have come to Finland for studies, first you need to complete your study, finish your degree program, and then apply for a job that pays you at least 1252 euros. It is also possible that you are already working by the time you graduate. Then you will be applying for A permit. You'll get an A permit for 1 year and the extended permit will be of 4 years. After living in Finland for 4 years continuously on A permit, you will be eligible to apply for a permanent residence permit in Finland. The PR process is a little longer for students than those who come to Finland on work permit, but it is worth the wait because by the time you receive your PR, you will already have a degree in your hand and then maybe you would have already landed your dream job. That was all about the topic today. If you still have questions, you can write to us in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it among your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in a new video. Take care.